What's up, YouTube? So in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at Patton, wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins. We have recently signed him to our practice squad. I mentioned that in the injury report for the Bills game that I may be looking at film for him and the other receiver we had signed. Obviously, our receiving core is really banged up right now. Of course, we're without Preston. Devontae Parker and Jakeem Grant have been game to game pretty much all year. So, yeah, any receiver help that we're going to pick up, I got to at least take a look at them. Most of them I'm already familiar with, people like Kirk Merritt and stuff like that, but I'm not super familiar with Patton. I know a little bit of him from his time with the Chargers, but I did go ahead and look him up a little bit before we get into the film. He is 6'1" and about 200 flat. He doesn't seem to have attended the combine, but at his pro day, it said that he ran a 4.4 flat 40. Now, pro day 40s aren't really as accurate. People can kind of lie a little bit easier, so I don't like to trust those as much as combine. But if that 4.4 flat is true, then that means he's a flyer for sure. Now, he did wear 15 and 16 for the Chargers, so that could be confusing, but whatever. Let's just go ahead and do this. Like, this is him here. Yeah, you gotta make that catch, dude. Let's take a look at the... Does have some speed off the line. I will say that. Okay. Let's look at the next play. Let's see what we got. At least he's got a little bit more film at receiver. Is this him down here? Or is that Keenan Allen? I can't tell if it's him or him. I was right. So the way I'm identifying him is the sleeves and the yellow gloves. That's how I'm looking for him. I mentioned in the other video that when I'm watching films, particularly on like receivers or DBs where they move around a lot, I like to try to find an identifier somewhere on their body that I can look for him quickly. And right now, he's yellow gloves. Hopefully he sticks with that in other games. That'd be great. Not a very clean break. He doesn't seem to be a very nuanced route runner at all. He also looks taller than 6 foot. But that's according to the NFL website that he's 6 foot. Right here. Damn it, Keenan's got yellow gloves too. But he's bigger. Oh, dude, you have to catch that. Are your hands not secure either? Bro. Like, that's tight coverage, but that's NFL wide open. That's tight coverage in college, but that's wide open in the NFL. You have to catch that. Seems like a little bit of a push-off, too. Yeah, I don't think he ran a 4.4 flat, legitimately. Is this him here in the slot? No. Damn it, you're not wearing yellow gloves anymore. He's this dude. White sleeves. Okay. So he does seem to have some speed to him. But I definitely don't think he ran a 4.4 legitimately. He definitely doesn't look like it on the field. I wouldn't say he's slow necessarily. But now the defender is giving him space, and he's on a linebacker. So he just runs this crossing route, and there's not much they can do about it. So that's fine. At least he caught it. Right here. That's not a bad little route. Actually sunk your hips a little bit. It was a little sloppy. Looked like he almost fell. That's better than before. New game. Is him? Oh, he makes the tag. I was right. Okay, so white sleeve seems to be his thing. Okay. So that's going to be the identifier, it seems to be, for the rest of the film, I hope. Good job for him with Phillip Rivers throwing this pick. You making sure the guy goes down. I appreciate that. How did the route look? He's giving you plenty of space, though, because the bunch formation. So your route doesn't really have to be that crazy. But, so he looks like he's running like a somewhat of a skinny post. So, yeah, he's kind of doing it. Okay, so he seems to at least have knowledge of what he's supposed to do route running wise. Because look at how he comes off the line. Because he's trying to get inside on this defender. So his first step is outside. He comes outside first. And look what this does. This forces this defender to turn his hips as if he is going to the outside. Because he wants to keep him from coming inside. But because he did that, now he can just do a little turn and catch this guy out of position a little bit when he goes back in. Now, he didn't turn very quickly, but he does seem to at least have knowledge of what he's supposed to do route running wise. He just doesn't seem to be that proficient at it. Right here. Plenty of space. You don't really need to You don't really need to do too much. Yeah, just run your route regularly. They're gonna give you that much space, and you're on a little crossing route. You don't really need to dance too much. Just go run your route. Right here. Okay. So that seems to be consistent with him. He's willing to go and hawk down defenders who end up with turnovers. This guy picks up a fumble and he goes and makes this tackle. I love that. So we got a little bit of consistency there. Shit, they're all wearing white sleeves. That looks like Keenan Allen. Yep. Is that him here? Yeah, that's him. What's the identifier of this game? Does Nope, they don't have hand warmers. He does on his back. Okay, hand warmer on the back. Giving you plenty of space. It's not a bad little route at the top. Okay, so you sink your hips a little bit to explode out. Okay. So you're an okay route runner, it seems. Your hands don't seem to be the most consistent thing in the world, though. Right here. Alright, they're pressing you now. So it's not much, but he gives them a little shimmy to make him think twice. It's not much. But it works to give him the inside leverage. I can appreciate it. And you made the catch, so we're good. Oh no, no white sleeves. Holy shit. This guy? Was that him? Towel on the back of his pants. Shit, he has it too though. Never mind, I don't have an identifier. So, one thing I like, this is a hold, but I do like the aggressiveness in this block. It's definitely a hold though. Definitely like to avoid that as much as possible. But at least it shows willingness to block. Is him. Just have. I was incorrect. He's right here. Okay, so he's here. Isn't he? No, I was still wrong. That's him? So he's only got one sleeve on right now. Okay, so they're giving him plenty of space here. So again, he really didn't have to do a whole lot. They're really not doing too much to guard him. He knows that. Not the greatest throw from Rivers there. But he does seem to have some legitimate speed. 4-4 flat's a little much, but he does seem to have some speed. He's up here. Giving you plenty of space. Looks like they're coming fast at Rivers, though. Yep. Let's take a look at this route. I want to take a look at the top of the route. What did that look like? It looks like you were coming back. Yeah, you sink your hips pretty low. Okay. So I'm kind of getting getting kind of familiar with him now. I think it's one of you two. Okay. Right here. So, two deep safeties. So again, a little bit of knowledge here, right? His first step is to make it look like he's going inside, as if he's on a crossing route or a slant, something like that, right? His first step is to give the illusion that he's headed inside on whether it be a cross, a slant, or maybe even a little post. But But that's not the case. He's trying to get outside past his defender. But he does have the knowledge to make it look like he's headed inside to get him out of position. And it works. Sinks his hips pretty well to explode past him. Just give him a little something. And then also, he's now going back inside because he's got this safety out of position. That's route running. So he seems to be a okay route runner. I wouldn't say he's like super nuanced, but he's a okay route runner for sure. I think that's him. Indeed. I couldn't really see where the ball was too much. Yeah, you need to track that a little better. He was looking back for the ball a little bit too quick, but that wasn't the greatest throw from Rivers, to be fair. They got him on special teams. Yeah, saved a touchdown. Okay. Cool. We'll go a little longer. More special teams. We're good there. Good to know that he does make plays on special teams. This him up here. Back to white sleeves. Again, he's consistent about making tackles, like when there's turnovers. He's pretty consistent doing that. He goes and makes the play. So I would say that he would probably be a pretty good special teams guy as well, as we've seen a few times. Oh, against us. Yeah. How many times have we seen this year? Crossing routes, murdering us. Okay, so let me go ahead and slow that down. So, again, we're looking at consistency here. He gives the illusion that he's headed outside so that he can move this guy's hips a little bit that way. So when he explodes back in, and he sinks his hips fairly low, so he can explode out on this cross. That's going to allow him to have plenty of space. Makes it easy catch. So it seems as though when he can create plenty of space for himself, he seems to be fairly okay. Is that the last of the... Okay, that's the last of the all-22s for him. So, that'll do it for this video. So, overall, my thoughts on him, he seems to be a fairly decent route runner. He seems to have a pretty good idea of what he's supposed to do. I wouldn't call him, like, super nuanced. But he's probably one of the better route runners on this team, to be honest with you. I wouldn't mind elevating him, actually. But his hands don't seem to be the most consistent thing in the world. But he does seem to be willing to make tackles on special teams, and he's very consistent, it seems, making tackles when turnovers happen. So, I like that. And he also seems to be willing to block. So, hey, I'm not mad at that. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, I appreciate you hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.